everyone, this is our 6th video in our series of videos on the human reproductive system, and in this video we are going to be talking about contraceptive methods. So a contraceptive method is methods to prevent pregnancy from occurring, and when we're talking about contraceptive methods, there's two broad categories. There's female contraceptive methods and male contraceptive methods, and they both have the whole purpose of preventing pregnancy. Now, one thing that's extremely important is that not all contraceptive methods will prevent against pregnancy and STBBIs. And STBBIs is sexually transmitted blood-borne infections. Only condoms, and when we're talking about condoms, they can either be male condoms, which would cover the penis, or female condoms, which would basically be entered into the vagina and prevent sperm from entering the cervix, are the only contraceptive methods that prevent against pregnancy and against STBBIs. Why? Because it forms a physical barrier. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the different key contraceptive methods, talk about their effectiveness, and talk about how they're used. So we're going to be looking at the female contraceptive methods to begin with, and we're going to be looking at the contraceptive pill, continuous pill, injection, patch, or ring. And the reason why I group them all together is because all of these methods use synthetic hormones to prevent ovulation from taking place. So their effectiveness, they can be 99% effective with perfect use. And the key thing here is perfect use. So when you are consuming the contraceptive pill or the continuous pill, you need to take the pill every day at the exact same time to make sure that you have continuous perfect use. If you are taking the injection, this is actually done by a medical individual, so either a nurse or a doctor, and you'd be basically going in for your appointment at a set time to get a continual injection. A patch, also like the contraceptive pill and the continuous pill, you need to be basically replacing the patch at set timelines, usually once a week, and they usually have to change it every single time. And the ring is basically a same concept, that it's just inserted into the cervix, and again is working like the others by releasing synthetic hormones. And this is to prevent ovulation from taking place, so to prevent an ovum from being matured. And the two synthetic hormones that are used here are estrogen and testosterone. The advantage is that they're extremely effective. They can also regulate menstrual cycles. So for individuals who have irregular menstrual cycles or difficulty regulating that, the contraceptive pill can regulate that because the hormones involved in the contraceptive pill are also the hormones that are involved in the menstrual cycle. A disadvantage is that they cannot prevent for STBBIs, and pills need to be taken at the same time all the time. If there's a change in the time, it can bring down the effectiveness. Now, any of these methods require prescriptions. So that means that you do need to see a medical practitioner. The second contraceptive method is the female condom. Now, the female condom has an effective rate of around 79 to 95%, and this is this range has to do with if the condom is inserted properly or if the condom breaks or doesn't break. So how it works is that the condom is entered into the vagina before intercourse, and it basically prevents sperm from going through the cervix. right? So if it's not entering the vagina, it's not entering the cervix, and it cannot go through the uterus and to the fallopian tubes. The advantage, and this is probably just like the male condom, the key advantage is that not only does it prevent pregnancies, but it does prevent from STBBIs. So again, the only contraceptive methods that prevent both pregnancies and STBIs are the condoms, whether they're male or female. And another thing is that it does not have an effect on the individual's menstrual cycle. A key disadvantage is that they can be difficult to insert, more difficult to insert than the male condom. So a female condom looks like this. So you have this end right here, which is closed, and it would act as the barrier to the cervix. And this end would be opened. And the entire condom would be inserted in the vagina so that there is a polyurethane, which is the material that condoms are made out of, barrier surrounding the inside of the vagina. So that's how you can prevent both pregnancies and STBBIs. The third type of contraception is the cervical cap. And it's around 80 to 91% effective, not as effective as the contraceptive pills, but still relatively effective. And how it works is that there's a latex cover that is inserted into the vagina and specifically covering the cervix. And by covering the cervix, it's preventing sperm from going through the cervix. It lasts longer than a condom, so a cervical cap can be inserted hours before intercourse, and it also does not have an effect on the menstrual cycle. Only contraceptive methods that have hormones would affect the menstrual cycle. So that would be the contraceptive pill, the continuous contraceptive pill, the ring, the patch, the injection, because all of those have, it prevents pregnancies by manipulating the hormone level. Cervical cap and the female condom don't have any hormones, so it's not going to affect the menstrual cycle. A disadvantage is that it's not widely available and it can be difficult to insert because the effectiveness decreases if the insertion is not done properly. So the cervical cap looks like this. So it would cover the cervix, and then this area right here, actually spermicide would be entered, and spermicide again are chemicals which kill sperm. So there would be a physical barrier covering the cervix, and then in the pouch right here, there would be spermicide that would kill the sperm that reaches the cervical cap. The last contraceptive method, female contraceptive method that we're going to be talking about is an IUD. Now, an IUD is an intrauterine device, and as the name sounds, it is inserted into the uterus. It is highly effective, 94 to 99% effective. And how it works is that a T-shaped device that has copper at the base is inserted into the uterus. Now, the reason why copper is used is because copper chemically prevents sperm from fertilizing the ovum. And if fertilization does actually occur, it prevents the zygote from implanting into the endometrium. So it does prevent from pregnancy from occurring. Another thing that's very effective about an IUD and very advantageous is that it can last years. There's two types of IUDs. There's copper IUDs and there's also hormone IUDs. And copper IUDs can last 3 to 5 years, and depending on the IUD can actually last up to 10 years. Hormone IUDs typically last between 3 to 5 years. So they're reliably a long-term method. The disadvantage is that a doctor or a nurse must insert this. So this does require a medical professional to insert the IUD device. So an IUD device, it looks like a T shape. So and this one has copper ends, and the copper chemically reacts again with the sperm to prevent from fertilization or implantation to take place. It sits inside the uterus and it is covered in copper. Again, this does not prevent against STBBIs because bodily fluids does enter the body. It does prevent fertilization and implantation from taking place. Now, for contraception methods for males, there's primarily just two. The first and foremost is the condom. It is 86 to 99% effective, so the same effectiveness as the female condom. And the reason why it has a range is that if the condom is not covering the penis properly, or if there is breakage in the condom, it drops the effectiveness. So how it works is that the condom goes over the penis before intercourse occurs, and it physically prevents sperm from entering the vagina. Advantages, and this is the key advantages, is that it prevents both pregnancies and STBBIs. Another advantage is that it is widely available and it does not require a medical prescription. Disadvantage is that breakage can occur, and if breakage does occur, it reduces the effectiveness. Condoms are the only method that prevents both blood-borne infections and pregnancies. All the other contraceptive methods only prevent against pregnancies, and this is something that is extremely important to mention. And when we're talking about condoms, whether it is the female or male condom. Now, something that's also really important to mention is the emergency contraceptive pill, or most colloquially known as the morning after pill. This is not considered a contraceptive method, but an emergency backup if one of the contraceptive methods failed during intercourse. So it's to be taken in the event of unprotected intercourse or when one of the other contraceptive methods fail. Now, what's extremely important about the emergency contraceptive pill is that the effectiveness drops the longer you wait to take this after intercourse has taken place. And it involves a high dose of hormones to delay ovulation or to prevent implantation. And because it has a high dose of hormones, you need to take this as soon as the event of a failure of the contraceptive pill happens, to make sure that ovulation doesn't happen, or if ovulation did happen, that the zygote implantation does not take place. So the effectiveness, as I did say again, decreases the longer you wait after intercourse. So this is basically the key contraceptive methods that can happen for both males and females for the reproductive system. Thanks for watching.